what they will have so far. Pimpy could go for the AWP. And he will.
No hesitation. Kevlar for him. And actually a decent nade count. And this is actually looking pretty decent here for Dignitas, all things considered. I mean, they don't have any kits, but they have a reasonable number of flashes and smokes to work with here in this round. So now we have to see what NiP have in store for us, and it's just a single AWP here for NiP. And it's on Forest, it's not even on Alu. So that's, I mean, you pointed that out earlier, Anders, you know, the fact that we're seeing more of the Forest AWP here on Dust 2. It seems to be the go-to here for NiP.
MSL trying to play it close, and yeah, I mean, Forest has been just a god on this map as of late, so I don't really blame them for wanting to try and pick that up. Exist close range flash through, but they line up for MSL, and that is beautiful. Exist and Alu both going to be gone, and AC, yeah, that's smart as well, not taking the fight, even though he was in a position for it, going to fight up against Freiburg a little bit here, but again, I'd say play it safe is much better at this point. No reason to give them a frag to get back in the round.
And that gave time for Pimp to reposition himself at Cars as well to help shut down Catwalk. They do still have a smoke to use here, NiP, though. They could try and use it to just block off CT, and I believe that's exactly what's going to happen. And now it's going to be down to Schneider. He does have the backing of Kjærby, though. I mean, there was no reason for Dignitas to take any risk by kind of, you know, lightly stacking a side or anything of the sort. Get right with the double entry, though. That's big. Still a man advantage here for Dignitas, but this is much more manageable now for NiP, and NiP are trying to turn this into a 1v1, or like a 1v2 situation. Kjærby's alone on the B site right now. This could really work out for NiP.
Yeah, MSL knows they're coming this way as well, because he's top mid, but Freiburg just strolls into the bomb site, lands a headshot on Kjærby, and now it is going to be down to a 2 versus 2. Bomb being planted, Forest covering with the back lines. He misses the shot. No idea how that looked like an easy kill, and now Freiburg is going to be alone. 1 versus 2. Molotov up. I think he spotted someone in CT spawn, or maybe did. So now if he can just deal with MSL, who's right at the angle here, it's going to be spraying through. Good job, ones. Can he get the last kill as well? He's trying to, but not going to happen. Pip will take him out, and a good job there. No kit, but I think he's still just got enough time for it here. So yeah, Dignitas will be picking up the 4th round. A little bit scary. I mean, the fact is, NiP should have never been this close to winning this round at all.
That's the main thing. How the hell did Freiburg walk in and just completely slap Kjærby immediately there, especially when Kjærby had him dead to rights with his back turned to him. Just too many things going wrong for Dignitas in that round. Should never have been that close, you're right. Now, I mean, again, they're just so limited on the money, Dignitas. They just don't have a whole lot to work with. It's back-to-back rounds where they just don't have full nades. It's almost like watching them play versus Envy on Cash all over again.
I was wondering, because Alu had the spawn for long then, and they brought another AWP on Forest, so they could have set one long, one middle like that, and maybe not shown that they had the AWP long, because the mid guy's going to take the shot first, so that might mean that if you're running long on the CT side, you're going to be thinking, well, there's no AWP here, surely, but they both were in the middle instead, so I feel like maybe a missed opportunity there. I do love this aggressive push from Dignitas. Look at the amount of information they're getting here. If they can just hit the timing before NiP run middle and into B, that would be huge.
I'm curious to see if they're going to go for a smoke to block off CT, give up their position. I mean, they're trying to force some kind of reaction, especially by trying to push out onto Cat, but then Pimp playing it very carefully, falling back onto Long, and it's going to come down to Kjærby, and again, Kjærby can't get the job done. That was the key frag. Gerrit was carrying the bomb as well. Had he dropped that, got bomb control, that could that would have bought enough time for Schneider to get back in here and really wreak some havoc. Now, NiP, they have the bomb site completely under control, and Schneider doesn't get the kill onto Alu either. What is going on? How are these kills that should be guaranteed just not coming together for Dignitas?
Yeah, I don't know. That's very hard to deal with, isn't it? Because you know yourself at that point that you just gave up the round, basically. So mentally, that's a hard one to get back from. That would have been you're right, a big kill would have bought a lot of time. I mean, Dignitas actually were winning really hard the information game in this particular round, with that kind of push from Schneider there. But, I mean, what's also really strange is that when Schneider gets to T-spawn and looks down middle, he sees nobody. In spite of the fact that pretty much the whole NiP team is there, they're all either behind that box or behind the double door, so he can't see them. So it's very hard for him to make an accurate call about what's going on. And then they just win that one fight, and that's it. So Dignitas, they're going to be really disappointed in that round.
They are. At least they get to reset here and kind of skimp. Well, skimp in the sense that they saved 4 rifles. I mean, now it's going to come down to Kjærby, and Kjærby's just going to go for the 5.7. Probably gets dropped that by a teammate. Yeah, it's not ideal here by any stretch of the means here for Dignitas. And now, well, Get Right's got that long spawn again. He's going to set it up, put some pressure out here with the smoke. He's going to, I mean, if somebody is playing pit or playing the angle, It's a bit of a tricky spot, but instead Dignitas have elected to go up to Cat. They get that boost up, and Pimp, he's able to take out Freiburg early on.
Yeah, great job there. Very important frag. MSL trying to sneak through against GetRight of all people. Not someone who is easily tricked down on A long, a position that he's been playing pretty much his whole career, it seems.
Yeah, you come at the king, you best not miss, right?
Yeah. The game will go down eventually. AC and Pimp sort of doubling up on long, and as long as they can control that, they can give up the bomb site here. They've got a man advantage, and I don't mind them staying and fighting down here, but they shouldn't be forcing it.
This Cat plan is interesting. It's all going to be down to Exist, basically. Flash is there. Exist is ready. Needs to get the first. He's not going to get it, though. Two-man advantage now for Dignitas going into the retake. Forest starts off strong by picking up the one, and it's going to come down to Alu now in the 1v2. There might even be a jump attempt here from Pimp, and there is! Pimp nearly gets the job done there. Did he actually
I think
get the jump leg?
Yeah, I think he did get the jump leg, and then the follow-up Molotov meant that Alu had no chance. So, big round coming in here from Dignitas, and they saved both the AWPs as well. I was wondering if they were going to do that, so really good job there. 2 and 4, and moving into the 7th round. And NiP, well, they get the bomb plant so they can still buy, but they are starting to run out of money, and maybe a little bit out of steam as well.
Yeah, now it's where it starts getting a little difficult. Freiburg, go Cat and find a pick. That's usually, when Nipper and crunch time, that's usually the call that's made.
Yeah, put it all in Freiburg, why not?
GetRight again going out towards long, though. And he's actually going to get behind blue. Problem is, it's a different situation this time. There's 3 players here for Dignitas. They can actually take this fight with him. They can peek him together, and that's exactly what's going to happen. He catches a man out in the open, closes the angle, and now gets the info as well as to where the last man is. Into the pit he goes, and now Exist is going to be there to back up GetRight. This isn't going to work out at all for Dignitas.
Wow, great timing from NiP. Kirby coming up with a big kill there on Forest. Pimp still out. He sees the shadow, but they're also in pit, and now he's trapped on long. Wow, that must have been very annoying, because he sees the shadow, he knows there's someone there, but he can't go back. He has to stand and wait and hope that the timing works out in his favor, and it didn't. So
GetRight's just unreal good. When he's on point, that's when you really see like these godlike plays from him, and it's all in the details. He spots the 2 by taking a step out, but then he immediately steps back into the left and turns it into a 1v1. So the advantage that Dignitas are trying to get by peeking together and being able to trade, that gets thrown out the window with how GetRight decided to play that situation, and then it buys enough time for Exist to back him up. Such a sick play from GetRight. 2 kills for him in the round. NiP once again in control, and Dignitas, I mean, it's down to Schneider now, just trying to save this AWP.
Doing the best that he can. He's also only got 2 kills here in the 7th round, so a little bit unfortunate. He will go down to Alu, who just seems to have no issue at all, so I don't know. I feel like those 2 rounds from Dignitas there was sort of a sign that they were coming back into it, but now they're letting it go again. And NiP, I mean, their economy is so much better than Dignitas is right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Dignitas on pistols at this point. And so this should be a farm round for NiP. Should only get better for him. And there we go. Double op once again in play. Forrest doesn't need the help of his teammate, though. He's just going to go ahead and gap the fool. Now, well, Exist holds his own over at long. MSL, no joy for him. And this should basically proceed in this fashion. NiP, just grind them out. Don't get close quarters. Don't give Dignitas a chance to catch you off guard and get a gun off of you. Just play the long game. Take advantage of the rifles that you have.
Yeah, fairly basic stuff. And I mean, Dust 2 is also a map, unlike Inferno, where you can get a little bit closer with the pistols. If you're on the CT side, you can sort of, try and hide at corners. So much more tricky on Dust 2 because these huge ranges, and even when you get to a corner, people can just throw grenades there, and things get a little bit more tricky. So, AC and Pip left here, 2 USPs. Could go for a jump shot, maybe. Gonna try for it once. And NiP is like, yep, we heard that.
Oh no, and then Pimp. Yeah.
No chance.
No joy. Alright. Well, after the round of eco now, Dignitas, they have a bit of a tough call, but Pimp has enough for the AWP glass cannon, so I actually wouldn't be surprised to see them go for the buy here. I mean, Kirby goes for Kevlar. What does this mean?
Oh wow, they're gonna
give
be
it another round.
So, I mean, that makes you think probably that they could try for a double up setup of their own, because otherwise you might just try and risk it here, but yeah, I'm thinking probably a double up after this.
I'm thinking they want to give Ollie the peek, and he misses the shot. Schneider's holding up close as well, and they've got nades out in their hands. Golden opportunity. Kirby finds the headshot on to get right. Exist takes out MSL. That's over at Longhouse, though. And the remaining 2 players liable to get picked off by Forest. He spots the first, who makes it in, actually. And the second now, Forest. Donut scope. There's the bait. And he gets the shot. Pimp can't get that shoulder peek down. Forest too quick for him.
They were having a good time, though. You could tell that there was like some chemistry between the two, you know, just like...
yeah, right. You know,
flirting a little bit down in the bugs, you know, I'm right here.
You get me?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, dude, you don't pull tricks on a magician.
No, it's true. Abracadabra and all that.
Forest, look at that top hat.
It was the double up setup being picked up by Dignitas, so that's the reason why they went for that double save. This is one of those rounds where you give up a round freely like that, and then you have to get something out of this one, and Schneider will pick up Forest, so it is a really good start. It's one of the AWPs already coming into play, and you have to make this big of an investment. It needs to work quick.
Yeah, exactly. You have to get instant results, and Schneider now, he's going to play it safe. He held, well, not necessarily safe, but he could get the follow-up here. Exist getting some good wallbang damage on him. The follow-up is there, and he just annihilates Freiburg. That's the kill. Now the question is whether he actually decides to be brave. Really, Schneider?
Well, this is the thing. Last time it was just 5v3 like this. They actually almost lost the round. This time, maybe a little bit better start here as Schneider picks up a triple kill, and it's off to a very fine start on the round. Get right now on left, and Dignitas need to save everything here. They need to keep 5 members alive, ideally.
Yep, exactly. That's why I was kind of like leery. You know, Schneider had already taken damage. He was down to half HP. Like, do you really want to go for the 3rd kill and risk dropping the op? I mean, it's not like... But, I mean, you kind of want to make sure that you hold on to that gun. And Alu's going to make it a little bit expensive here as he takes out AC. There's a man holding on the angle, though. And they're controlling long at this point, Dignitas. They're like, yeah, sure. We managed to take the retake isn't too much of a problem for us. So if you walk up Cat and get up there, that's not too much of a problem. So long as we hold on to long control, Dignitas, that's all they care about at this point.
Oh, Kebu's in this angle, and they don't know he's going to be walking in, gets the 1 kill, and MSL will pick up Alu. And that is going to be the round, so they only lose AC. Pretty good job on Dignitas there, and I think NiP were just playing for the kills at the end.
Yeah.
What's really smart about what they were doing is they were leaving Get right in the middle and having Alu push Catwalk, so if Dignitas were getting worried, they might have tried to push up behind on Catwalk, and then Get right would have been there to pick up the kills. So I think they were sort of trying to bait out some aggression in middle for Get right to pick up, and then ultimately that didn't really work out. So let's see. Preemptive shots coming through, not connecting, and it's 4 AWPs on the map right now in the 11th round.
4 ops, right? That's also why NiP were hanging around trying to find frags. They had more than enough money to go for the full buy. Whatever strategy they wanted. Forest will get traded. Good timing there by Schneider, not letting Forest get out of dodge. But Freiburg just goes barreling straight up B-slope. He's got a backing from his teammate as well. And now Schneider, just an impossible situation. 2 angles for him to watch. He's not going to be quick enough. And NiP, they have the man advantage and control of the B site. This is, again, a situation where Dignitas, even before the bomb gets planted, you can see them just running away.
Yeah, and I mean, they don't have a lot of money on the Dignitas side, but even if they did, it would, I mean, even if they all had 5,000, probably not be worth fighting at this point, because it's the B-bomb site, and it's really, really hard to get in there. Good quick call from NiP. They trade kills, but they know where the second guy is, so they can very easily make the call and say, if there is someone in middle, they're going to be playing CT spawn, so we just put up a smoke and run. There's almost no way you're holding 2 people on B side and then a 3rd guy on the B side of middle. That guy in the middle will be on the A side almost all the time. So pretty you know, easy math, I think, for NiP to figure out what's going on there.
Yeah, it's they're just hoping for a lucky break. It would be a lucky break for Dignitas if they actually made the call to stack, but that's not going to be the case, and now it's going to be the force from Dignitas, and they're falling behind, similar to what we saw in Cash versus Envy. Now, I mean, they just can't get their legs back under them. They get a little bit of a momentum going for them, and then just NiP clothesline them right back down into the dirt. There is a good, healthy buy here for Dignitas, but if they lose this round, it's pretty much curtains. It's pretty much done.
Yeah, that's going to be the good night call, I feel like. And NiP, I mean, 5-round lead right now. They did also leg Schneider in the middle. And maybe a second attempt there, almost hitting that shot. It is getting a little bit scary for the Danish team. Need to start picking up some consecutive rounds, and I mean, I actually think they need to get back to like a good 6 or 7 rounds here in the first half. Like, I think 6 is like the minimum.
It's just like, this is some matchmaking stuff out of NiP, right? You know, it's like, you'd expect to split the ops, they try and get an advantage elsewhere on the map. But NiP are like, nah, we just want to gap someone. Like, we really just want to tag and kill somebody going over to that B site, and then let Freiburg, or Freiburg, somebody just rush out onto the B site and get control of it behind that.
I mean, the matchmaking style has done pretty good stuff for NiP lately.
This is really fantastic as well by Schneider. Forrest keeps coming over here with the AWP, so Schneider's like, you know what, if you're going to be trying to lurk your way in here with the scope, it's not going to happen, bro. Perfectly done. Schneider and Kerry working well together as a unit. 2 kills for Schneider, but that was a hard counter just to catch out Forrest.
That worked out very well indeed. And NiP, they will have enough money for the buy, which is the hurdle that Dignitas now have to sort of overcome. If they can win this round, and especially if they can deny the bomb hunt for NiP, then suddenly they might be in a position where they can actually pick up a couple of free rounds and close out the half as well. So we'll see if that's going to be possible. Alu in the middle does get the flick on Kebu, and he's down to 35. And he's already been struggling a bit, so maybe a bit annoying for him personally.
It's been very, Alu and Force have been very consistent picking up those kills. Pimp, though, again starting off strong, again with the first frag of the round. AC takes out Alu as well. That's both ops down for NiP. Comes down to the rifle work now. Just so happens that they have some pretty good ones. Get right up on Xbox, not going to find the one. He takes out Schneider, so he does bring it back to a 3-on-4 here for his teammates. It's going to come down to Pimp, and now they know where he's playing from NiP. And there, I mean, I can't believe it. How does this happen? 3 kills in the space of a second.
Yeah, I think that first shot by Pimp that he missed, it's one of those shots that you kind of have to hit, so as soon as you miss it, you get a little bit self-conscious, and then NiP which is like, well, we know where you're standing, so easy peasy. And Get Right picking up a double kill definitely helps out as well. So now it's all on Kiebu to try and see if he can do some damage. Can't really win the round at this point, but maybe pick up a kill or 2 here and make sure that NiP are struggling for the rounds to come. I expect Dignitas will be forcing up in this round no matter what. I feel like they can't give up anymore here, so might as well try and go for it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely that time. And you need rounds, you're desperate, you need rounds on the board. Kerevi will be allowed to hold on to his AK, but this is only because NiP, they're all fairly limited on the money themselves. They don't have those big fat stacks of cash. I mean, they have a couple guys up at 6, right? But they want to make sure that they can full buy and get everything. And they're like, okay, if you hold on to the rifle, it's not the end of the world for us. Dignitas, thanks to, well, Dignitas actually managing to get a reasonable buy thanks to that 1 round win that they got.
Yeah, and that's very, very important here. I think they would have probably bought either way, but, the fact that it's a good buy is definitely going to be crucial here. Schneider without any armor, though, but Alu waiting inside the hallways here. Gonna be a quick peek there. Schneider down to 5 health. Pimp gonna get the first frag, but he's down to 34 himself, and it's gonna be Kebu to go down first on the B bomb side. Now, what could they do at this point? Schneider, if he got that kill, that would have been big, but instead it's AC going down, and Dignitas, they can't do anything. I mean, they had 4 people left, and 2 of them were on very low health already, so what could you do to get back in?
This is like blunt force trauma to the side of the head right now. NiP aren't being subtle, they're just taking a hammer and slamming Dignitas.
Oh, what?
With what happened out on long? Well, MSL and Pimp finding kills, they're going to make it a little bit more expensive for a NiP. This is important. And they get an AWP out of it as well, so that's actually doubly good. Pimp gets caught, though, so one of them, well, that's a rifle down. If they can hold on to both AWPs here for Dignitas, it's actually pretty reasonable for them in the next round. But I mean, with like Exist charging out and taking a fight with 2 guys, 3 guys at long actually, and nearly killing 2 of them, and then just brute force approach onto the B site. Like NiP, they're just looking for these battles. They clearly feel so confident in their aim right now.
Yeah, they do, and at the 15th round, we once again ends up with 4 ops, including an auto sniper on Alu. He just had enough money, so he still has the op somewhere in the back line, but he just wants to make sure that anyone crossing is going to be damaged a little bit here, and the Dignitas, they're going to make their way across just fine. It is remarkable how rarely that actually works. Get Right winning that fight. They were all flashed, but somehow Get Right unflashed a couple of milliseconds before MSL, and that's the opening frag.
That's highlight reel moment right there for Get Right. There's still a man alive on the site itself. That's Pimp. Schneider in mid. Misses the shot, though, so he's not going to be able to get anything there for his teammates. Instead, it's going to be Pimp. Alive on the A side, trying to fall back to a more defensible position. Smoke goes down, though, and now it gets very tricky for him. And he's exposed as well. So he doesn't know if anybody's going to be coming up Cat to greet him. There you go. That one Molotov is now going to have him flipping out. It's like, okay, I have to focus on Cat at this point.
Yeah, he's just trapped in here. I mean, it's hard for him to get out. Schneider will pick up a kill there on Freiburg, so now he knows that he's covered from behind. He picks up a kill on Get Right. There's still a 2 versus 3 here. Not going to be an easy round to win, but it's doable, especially if NiP make just a couple of mistakes here. Forrest Looking over the smoke, though, and obviously Dignitas, they kind of have to go for it here. There's no saving in this round, so Pimp once again trapped on Catwalk.
Yeah, and that's what...
Wow.
Yeah, Exist gets the angle on Pimp, but Pimp, he's got to be... It's just so frustrating, because he's thinking, oh, we killed the one guy who threw that Molotov. Great, now I don't have to worry about my back. And Aldo's probably walking through, not even looking mid. He's probably just focused entirely on the side, thinking everybody from NiP are playing from long and on the side itself.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, just that one extra lurker in the back lines there for NiP making the difference. 11-4 though, that's way more one-sided than I expected, honestly.
Yeah, me too. I think sadly for Dignitas, so much got decided in that one round where they went the aggressive peek in upper dark, and Schneider went to T-spawn and Kirby failed that kill. I feel like a lot was riding on that round, and that was just it must have been mentally hard. I mean, they had a couple of missteps against Envy as well, and you know, maybe it carries over into a match like this one. Dignitas definitely maybe still a little bit too easy to to derail.
Yeah, to get them to tilt.
Yeah.
It's still a problem, it seems. Well, Freiburg experiencing quite a bit of trouble. He's doing damage, but he's just not getting any kills. Forrest not going to be able to find that one either on the men crossing over, and really, Dignitas are going to be able to get the bomb plant out of the situation on B and even hold off the backstab. Get Right is gone. We could have a boost opportunity here, though, and there it is. Yeah, nicely done. Forrest boosted up on Exist. We'll find the first kill here in this retake.
Charging on through close range here with the USP, not a good idea, especially against the Tech 9. And Exist trying to play from the doors, Alu somewhere down in the middle, pretty much no chance for any kind of retake. And Dignitas decided rather than let them have long fights, let's just try and see if we can hunt them down, and that's going to be successful. Triple kill for Pimp, and it will be the round for Dignitas, a much needed one as well.
Yeah, that's just for confidence sake, you know, just to show that you're capable of winning some rounds here. You win the pistol. This is the one key round that you needed to keep your hopes alive. And the match is actually paused right now. So maybe Exist experiencing some trouble here. He hasn't bought anything. He hasn't done anything.
Pause.
MSL.
Pause for pizza. I think pizza's arrived, decided.
I thought you were going to go a totally different direction. I thought you were going to be like, oh, do you mean POF? But like, never mind. That doesn't work.
I wait until Thorin is here before we, you know, pull
before
POF
we have
up.
the POF talk.
Yeah, yeah. Never give up on that.
He played the other night.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I've been secretly keeping an eye on him whenever he plays. You know, like I go and check out the match stats, and like more often than not, you know, he's up there on the scoreboard, like he's doing a pretty good job, you know.
Slowly.
But, you know, no matter what happens, Thorin will never give that. Like he will never like surrender that to me.
Of course not, bro.
It'll be fun.
It's like wired tight now.
Yeah, I've got like a lot riding on POF making it big, you know. It'll be the thing that I always bring up. It is a double scout setup here for NiP 11 and 5, and a little bit of armor on the rest. So they've just purchased whatever they can. They want to make it back in quick and make sure Dignitas don't run away with anything here again. Round difference is a really important thing. So NiP playing for a big win here. They only need 5 more rounds. And already long, Freiburg and AC trading a couple of kills. MSL and Freiburg going down, and Exist just making it around the corner.
Jesus, yeah, that was a close call.
He got shot in the heel there.
It's my new boots. You monsters.
Oh, wow. Complete standstill in this round, as well as NiP are wondering where Dignitas are going to move to. They've got a bit of info in the middle. They've got, you know, Forrest peeking there. Someone went through CT spawn. Forrest can't quite see it, although you can see he's kind of trying. He really wants to know what's going on, while Dignitas are making their way up long. And they've got the grenades. They're going to make the cross here, so make sure no one is going to be scouting them. Exist playing on the wrong side of the smoke, and he's going to get downed. Alo trying to make the jump over, but it will be a bomb plant here for the Danes. And NiP, I think if they save now, that's actually a very smart call. Only half of them are, and half are charging, which is weird.
Oh, it's like let Get Right go close, I guess, at the 5-7. And hold on to the 2 scouts for the next round. That seems to be the go-to play here for NiP.
You could, although he's got 5-7 and armor, so he's still got like a little bit to save, I feel like. Oh, but they're going to try and distract him. And Schneider, he was distracted.
Perfect. And now, yes, that smoke, he can actually get out of here, Get Right. That's all he wanted. And he actually makes the jump. Perfectly done. Now they've actually got a bit of firepower. I wouldn't even be surprised to see NiP go for like another force buy in this situation. Rifle to play with.
Yeah, it feels like it might be worth it here. So they didn't win the round, but they certainly got a lot out of it. Let's see if they could. Yeah, you know that Envy, for instance, we brought this point. They would probably try and go for it here. Like this would be too much of a temptation.
It would literally be like a doggy treat, you know. You're just like holding it up, you know. So you know, you got a gun. You still got 3 guns. You did some damage last round. Be too much.
Let's see. Forest is fairly aggressive up on Catwalk, trying to see if he could find any kind of an entry. And Dignitas are playing this one so safely. They really are worried that they're going to be giving up anything, and you can't blame them for it. They are right at the edge, and they're going to be grenading down Forest, so really well played there. And Get Right moving closer with the Galil. Can he spot out MSL? Can't see the shadow there. It is sprays down, but he's very low on health. And Pip is right around the corner, and the preemptive spray not going to be working out. So Exist and Freiburg are left here, and Dignitas. Oh, nice shot from Exist, but still, they're playing this round really well.
Yeah, they're whittling them down. And now they've got long control as well. They can start moving up onto this site. Remaining 2 players are going to be Freiburg and Exist, and Freiburg just walks right into a headshot from Schneider. Free fire, though, from Exist. He's proving to be so lethal with the CZ-75. He nearly took out Kjærby last round. Long range spray. Now he gets Schneider. And I mean, they're going to be able to buy in the next round NiP, no problem at all. So it's totally worth it for him to run up here and see if he can't get something done.
Ooh, grenade being put on in. Not going to connect with anybody, and I feel like he probably realizes that even with the kit with no armor, it might be better to just try and run away here. Even scavenges some couple of grenades as he's running away.
$300 in his pocket next round.
Big and get what he can.
You know, sometimes you just gotta make every cent count.
It's like that day after New Year's Eve, you know, you're looking for like fireworks that haven't been, you know, gone off. We used to always do that. Made my parents very angry.
Ah, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking more along the lines of like living in Sweden, where it's just like, you know, make every dollar count, because, you know, if you go out drinking with your friends and you look at your wallet the next morning, all you're gonna do is cry.
Yeah, this is a horrible story. I'm gonna tell it anyway. I only once, I think, in Sweden has said like, yeah, like I'll buy a couple of drinks for you guys, and then like, you know, I got this time, it's like,
regret.
Yeah, I'm never doing this ever again. Over at Long, it's a complete melee, and it's gonna be NiP coming out on top only barely. 3 people stacked up on Long, and you could tell the Dignitas weren't expecting it, so they were just hoping to be able to simply overpower the defense there. But there were 3 people holding, and in the middle, Forest will go down, so we're back into a 2 versus 2. It's Pimp and MSL. See if they can make their way out of this round with a win. It's 11-7, so if they come out now, we might actually have a decent game on our hands here, because then I think Dignitas will be within striking range, where they could actually win this game. Although Get Right doesn't even stop, gets the 1, gets this double, and that's going to be it. I was setting that up nicely, Get Right. You just ruined the whole round.
Yeah, Get Right doesn't even care. He gets the op as well. I am still, you know, Get Right did his best there, and he actually won the round, but I'm still going to kind of like, you know, poke a little bit at Forrest and be like, Forrest, it's a man advantage situation.
Yeah.
You don't need to go into a place where you have to worry about like 4 different angles and get slapped in the side of the head. Like, why do you push?
Yeah, that was a bit unnecessary. I think you're right. That does seem to be the hard, you know, once you find the confidence and you feel like, you know, we're just playing like almost like a YOLO style, but we're just like, we do whatever we want, then like figuring out when to switch it off and be like, okay, now we need to slow down. That's like the next hurdle. That's where a lot of teams fail, you know. They have the confidence to take all the fights, they win a lot of them, but then they don't know when to stop taking the fights, and that's I don't know, that's like the next evolution of that kind of team, you know. Once you see that they can do that, then, you know, things are looking a lot better.
Their final form.
Yeah, their final form. I mean, I don't know, there probably is like a form after that, you know. A metagame never really stops in that sense, but it is pretty important to know when to call off the aggression. Forrest is in the middle, and there's 4 people right around the corner. He's going to see the shadow first here, but misses the shot, and MSL somehow gets to live. Forrest probably communicating to Get Right with the def cam there. That was the worst grenade I've ever seen Get Right throw.
Yeah, quite possibly. I'm actually quite pleased with that grenade. Personally. If you've ever watched my stream, you know why.
That was like the, you know, to stay in the New Year's Eve, you know, world. That was like the drunken fireworks kind of thing, you know, like, oh, you know, toss the fireworks all over the place.
Oh, okay, where it's gonna go? You blow up somebody's car or something, and it's just a, you know, bad time. Bad time.
Well, NiP, in spite of a failed grenade, are still in a pretty good spot here with about 25 seconds left, and Get Right in a very hard to predict spot, and MSL will go down, dropping the bomb, and in the middle, AC falls, so now it's all on Pimp. 20 seconds, 1 versus 4. No amount of fireworks is going to help him. It will be Freiburg to take the kill, and NiP making it to 13 rounds, and also killing the Dignitas economy entirely.
Crushing it. Just completely eviscerating it. There's nothing left. There is nothing left. And Dignitas, they're going to have to go for the big plays now. It's going to be the eco for them into the bye next round. That's all they're counting on, and they're not going to have any wiggle room at that point. NiP will be up on 14 rounds, pretty much knocking on match point's door. AZ is the only one actually spending a little bit of money in this round, and it's going to be just a straight-up YOLO rush, it looks like, from Dignitas. Gathered up in the B halls, double flash and a single smoke to set things up, and then they're just going to go barreling onto that bomb site. Only one man here, though, and that's Get Right. A little early on the nade, unfortunately for him, but he's got that M44, and he's just going to go for a spray. 1, 2, not going to find the third. So Pimp has this a little bit more time to go ahead and feed Forrest a frag, but then Get Right reclaims some of it and picks up a 3 in the end. That M44 at that point, man, that is the best spot to be in, pretty much.
Yeah, it hardly ever fails, does it? Get Right currently at 21 kills, and the most on Dignitas is 16 on Pimp. Schneider on 12 as well, it's a pretty good job on his part here, but I mean, the rest of Dignitas, it's not like anybody's horribly underperforming, even though we've been, like, you know, looking out for Kiebu. He's still doing, like, a decent enough job. It's just that the whole of NiP right now are functioning on a higher level, and they're only 2 rounds away from taking this match.
Yeah, and there's the boost now, Alu. He's got the setup. Nobody there to greet him, though, from Dignitas' side. Again, Dignitas going to go for that short smoke. And there's the angle, there's the shot, and Alu, he's not even going to hang around. And this is a 1-2 combination. Forrest has been spotted in mid, and he still hangs around and bests AZ in the end. And at the same time, Get Right finds a kill on Schneider, who was lurking in upper halls. This is a catastrophe for Dignitas. 3 kills within the space of like 5 seconds, and this round now is just almost impossible for them to win.
Yeah, and a critical round it was, but you're right, it doesn't seem to be working out. Nice headshot from Kirby, and Pimp to pick up a headshot as well on Forrest. So with 50 seconds left, it's down to a 2 versus 3, and Freiburg, he spots out a guy top mid, not doing too much damage. Get Right also lurking in from lower dark, so we'll see if it's going to be a way back. But I think Alu killed that hope with the shot there. Kirby, he almost made the jump.
He almost.
It's so close.
Alu showing some of that Finnish ruthlessness, and he's out for more as well. Now he can just hold this angle. This is more to his style. Boop.
Yeah, good job on him. Triple kill, 15-7. And speaking of Alu, he's at 18 kills himself, so not doing too bad really. You're right. I think the current world record for sniper kills in a war is actually held by a Finnish sniper.
Isn't it? Didn't they call him like the White Death?
Yeah,
or something
the White
like
Death, exactly. So
yeah.
Up there somewhere on the border between Russia and Finland, and just went mad, you know.
That's a pretty nasty spot.
I think it's like 500 and something, you know, kills. So a little bit gruesome actually. Exist spraying madly with a P90. He's got the bullets for it, and Freiburg to pick it up. So double setup down on long, working out just fine. It's 3 versus 3 now. We've got 2 scouts and a Galil left for Dignitas to try and stop this failure. But I mean, even if they win this round 7, could you really believe that they're going to make a full comeback into overtime? I don't know if I can. Even being Danish and all, I feel like it's hard to deal with.
A bit of a stretch. And you do have Kirby sneaking his way up. This could actually catch Get Right off guard. Yeah, there we go. Nicely done. Good reactions on Kirby's part. He picks up that kill and opens up the B site for his team. Now can they actually get the cross down? Do they have any smokes? They don't have a single smoke. They're going to have to go for a straight challenge. That's an option. Flash out. Kirby takes the peek. And now they got a cross to actually get that bomb plant down.
Alu and Freiburg. Freiburg making its way in towards the window here, but as Alu goes down, so does Freiburg's hopes of actually winning this round, and he's been body shot as well with the scout. Kirby to pick it up, and Dignitas will make it to 8 rounds. Another 7 in a row before they can make this work.
Take it to overtime.
Look at NiP's response. Just double up, auto sniper everything into this round.
This is like been their go-to strat the entire time, Anders.
They're just like...
But it's Get Right with the Scar 20 this time.
Yeah, and not Exist, you're right.
Oh, okay. Where are you going to take that get right?
Way back when NiP used to play Train, like the old iteration of Train really well, it was get right and Ultra Sniper was like a thing that we would always bring up. It's like, yeah, that's probably going to happen. So that was a while ago. Some good memories there. AC being pushed out into the middle. Dignitas being very quick in this round, and they trade kills Forest. He gets the shot on AC, trying to make it back around the corner. That was a quick shot, and that's going to make it 4 versus 3 here. I think this is just NiP's way of saying, stop right there, Danish scumbags. 8 rounds is all you're going to get.
Aren't you guys like the 2 nations that have fought the most wars as well? Between Sweden and Denmark? Like, it's been like just centuries.
Yeah, to the point where like some part of like the south of Sweden actually just like wants to be Danish. They're just like stop the, you know.
I'll give you guys a quick cultural lesson. There's a day on the year where they literally try to dig themselves away from Sweden with shovels. That actually happens.
Nice. Join our side of things. We've even built a bridge now to Sweden, you know, trying to mend some fences there. Kjaby trying to see if he can win this round. Back, and he takes down Alus. Now it's back into a 3 versus 3. We'll see. I don't think much is going to be decided in this match in terms of Sweden and Denmark, but still, Forrest with a good kill there, and Schneider actually from the Swedish side picking up his fellow countryman. It's not going to be working out. Pip goes down. It's Freiberg to pick up the last kill of the game. He's got the kit as well. It's going to be 16-8 here. Victory for NiP, and Dignitas, I feel like maybe still just a little bit too frail. I mean, they lose some critical rounds that they should have won, which in itself is annoying, but it feels like the team doesn't recover too well from it. Once they lose those rounds, they like